As always, huge shout outs to Abdullah, Titan, Palms, Tyler, Cozy, Rare Omen, JPK, Supreme, Uncle, AG Snipes, and AG Twitch, Snoot, Graham, Abudi, and Grim. Huge shout out to you guys. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the donos. Thank you for everything. You guys absolutely support me through everything, and I cannot be any more appreciative. Huge shout out to you guys. Extra big shout out to Abdullah and Tyler for the 50 bombs. And yeah, let's get right into the video. How y'all doing? It's your boy Beastly back from the grave. Yes, it's been a while since I've had a fully dedicated video, so I do apologize for that. I got very sick again. I've gotten like 3 or 4 different things in the last like 2 months. So your boy was sick again, and if you can tell in his voice, I'm still a little nasally. Still got a little bit wrong with me, but I am mostly, you know, back to my good old ways. And yeah, as you guys can see, what do we got today? Your boy, the man, the myth, the legend, JoeWo. I'm just gonna call him Joe for this entire video. Someone told me, hey, you should do a video on Joe. And I said, okay, yeah, let me go watch some content of his. And I watched a couple of his streams, a couple gunfights, you know, looked a bit weird, but, you know, it's typical Warzone bedroom gamer nonsense. So I was like, don't know if this is really worth, you know, making a video. But then, you know, good old friend Call of Shame, video of his popped up in my feed, and it was titled JoeWo, Swag, and Z Smith were caught cheating on console. And I'm like, oh, what have they done now? And it just so happened that I was doing, you know, research into Joe, and so I was like, oh, that's interesting. And this led me down a really funny rabbit hole, and here you go. You guys can experience everything I've just experienced. At the very end of the video, you can basically come to your own conclusion on whether you guys think this guy's a fraud or not. For me, I've already kind of got my answer, but, you know, rather than me telling you my answer, I'm gonna wait till the end of the video and let you guys come up with your own thoughts and opinions. Leave them in the comments below as you guys watch this video, and let me know if you guys think he's legit or not. I'm very curious.
Has arrived, and with it, the ability to turn off crossplay so Xbox and PlayStation gamers can now play with each other, away from the manipulation of PC players. This means, everyone can now be on the same playing field. Cheating streamers can now no longer use DS4 Windows, Artis War sound exploits, aimbots and more. Well, that's what we thought. But the streamers have once again manipulated everything, to gain a competitive advantage. The streamers have found a way to connect their gaming consoles to their PC. They're using capture cards to route their input.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop it there, Call of Shame. So yeah, I was just scrolling through JoeWo, and this video popped up on my feed. And again, I was sick, so I'm a little, you know, behind on this video. But long story short, in season 2, I believe it's season 2, they added this change in ranked for both Warzone and multiplayer ranked for BO6, where you can essentially turn off crossplay for ranked. And so all the console players were like shouting out, yay, I don't got to go against no rage hacking PC players in Warzone and you know, ranked, yay. And generally the community was very hype about this. I was, you know, as well. And of course, because we can't ever have a good thing, all these streamers, the Swags, the Joes, the Z Smiths, and so many others took this opportunity and was like, oh, so what you're telling me is I could 100% guarantee bots on my team and against me. Oh. And that's pretty much what they're doing. And you can see the little diagram that Call of Shame made that basically summarizes what's going on. You have these people on a PS5 or an Xbox, and they are streaming to a capture card. These capture cards are not that expensive. Mine, I think I paid like 65 or 70 bucks for, but you know, you could get a really janky capture card for like 20, 25 bucks. You can get a crazy Elgato, you know, fancy one with like probably 4K streaming and shit for, you know, what, 200 bucks, whatever the fancy Elgato capture cards go for, but it doesn't matter. The point is they are using their consoles. They are streaming with a capture card to their PC. They are then running their audio, through the PC. So they are playing on a console, but they are streaming their audio through their computer. And you may be wondering, why would they do that? What's the benefit? For this wonderful thing called Artis War. It's a cheat which you will hear me talk about a lot moving forward, because I didn't realize how much of a problem this was until I did research into it and realized, holy shit, this is almost as bad as Cronus's are, where all these people, like, I think I saw a picture from the month of January. Amazon sold like 17 or 18,000 Cronuses in that 1 month alone on Amazon. It was like insane. And this is like just as bad. Essentially, if you don't know what Art is War is, it's a hack software that runs on your computer, and it allows you to essentially change the audio. And what I mean by that is, like, you could turn your own audio off. Like, you can take off your footsteps, you could take off your gun noise, you can mute like explosions, you can turn off things, the irrelevant stuff that doesn't matter. And you could increase things like footsteps, right? If you're playing Warzone and you see these clips of these people who just, like, they're bats, they just use sonar and just magically know the exact location of where someone's at with no UAV and no like way of knowing. That's essentially what's going on. They're running the Art of War, or I keep saying Art of War, it's Art is War. They run that and they could just hear you because they have everything else turned down or basically off. And they have footsteps, gun noises, and certain, you know, reload sounds. They have that jacked all the way up. So it's essentially they're using a cheating software for their audio running through their PC, but they're playing on a console. And if you already like knew about, like, if you played multiplayer, you know, what was it called, like equilibrium mode or like equalize mode, that's already like a frowned upon fringe thing that PC players can exclusively do that console can't. I don't know if that, you know, teeters in the line of cheating. That one is just basically you're turning down the loud noises and turning up the quiet ones. I'm not going to go into it in this video on whether if that's cheating or not, but this is 100% cheating. And of course, the people who are abusing this are mostly, you guessed it, streamers who specifically do Warzone. I'm sure there's multiplayer guys who are abusing this as well. This is not just a Warzone exclusive problem, but generally speaking, having perfect hearing matters so much more in Warzone when there's a ton more people who can shoot you than in a 6v6 or like 10v10, you know, environment. Again, it still works. It applies to both multiplayer and Warzone, but it's a much more practical use is in Warzone.
My audio is running through a PC.
We know, we saw, now zip it. The cheat developer Art is War arrives in the chat to render his assistance. The streamers are all cheating on console, routing audio through the capture cards. Mutex is even using 2 capture cards. It's absolutely crazy, keeping in mind this guy was caught with a Cronus many times in his past. Thanks to one of my members, I have the footage, where you can hear the cheat developer Art is War setting up his audio in the background.
How are you hearing it? Oh, do you have it through here? No, it's muted too.
I have it in here. I go here.
Oh, I'm stupid. You have 2 capture cards.
Yeah.
That's on me. That's on me. So default. Okay, and then
I have this one on loudness EQ.
But yeah, there you go. It spoke about it right there. I think it's called loudness EQ. Either way, that's like a fringe thing that you could argue whether it is or isn't cheating. The Art is War thing is 100% cheating. You are manipulating the game to get beneficial things that directly impact you and other people. That's 100% cheating. The other thing you could argue is in like a gray area. I'm not going to go too big into it. I personally, I think it's frowned upon to like fuck with your audio to give you an advantage that someone else can't have, but that's just my opinion. But yeah, there you go. That's basically a clip of what I was talking about, where they are playing their audio through their monitor. And you could, by the way, tell if someone's cheating. Very simple. Whether it's Swag or whoever's using it, you could always tell if someone's abusing the Art is War cheat by based off where the audio is being outputted. Right? If you tell a streamer to pull up his audio settings on his TV or you know, like he was doing. Actually, let me put it back up on the screen. So yeah, like Z Smith's doing right here. It's the most basic thing you could do. Have your streamer, whether they play on an Xbox or a PlayStation, tell them to pull up their audio settings. And if it has anything, you know, getting inputted or outputted to a PC, red flag should be popping off. Like, you can't not talk your way out of this. If you are playing on an Xbox or you're playing on a PlayStation, your audio should be either going to your headset or going from your TV. There's no reason why your audio should be going to a PC. Simple as that. Even if you have, you know, it routed to your monitor, your PC doesn't need to be on, right? There's no reason. So yeah, it's, if you want to see if someone's doing it, this is the easiest way of just checking to see where their audio is coming from, whether it's coming from, you know, the source or it's coming from their PC. So then after watching that video, I was like, that's funny. This guy's cheating, whatever, LOL. But then I saw that he was live and I was like, you know what make for a really funny clip is why even like do a deep dive on the guy when I could just ask him in his chat. As you can see, he had like 1,600 or whatever it was. He had a ton of people, you know, watching his chat. I was like, why don't I just ask the guy, you know, why don't I go ask him, hey, are you cheating? And the answer he gave me was really funny. So I'm going to play that clip for you right now.
Let's get it, man. Joe Mods, is that Call of Shame video true? Dude called out quite a few people. I don't know if it's true. If you believe Call of Shame, you're a burger respectfully. If you believe somebody that tries to farm big name streamers saying everybody's cheating, oh, they cheat, oh, they're only on people that have big names that they can put their face on a thumbnail and a title that people will click, you are delusional, respectfully. Off of somebody that has an AI voice and never shows their face. If you believe that, I don't know what to tell you, bro. If you believe somebody that isn't going to stand on business and show their face, like, yo, I know this person's cheating, then you're faded, bro, respectfully. Love you, though. Love you, though.
So that was not the answer I wanted. First of all, I don't know how many of you guys have ever been given allegations, but if let's just for shits and giggles, just to give you a very simple, you know, mental, you know, example. If I told you that this guy by the name of Joe was stealing cookies, and then you walked up to Joe and said, hey, Beastly's saying you're stealing cookies, is that true? And your response isn't immediately, no, I didn't steal no cookies. What the fuck are you talking about? That guy's an idiot. That's a normal person response. Normally when there's an allegation and someone's saying something about you, normal people defend themselves. They say, no, I'm not cheating. Like there's so many ways you could have answered this question. There's so many ways. And for full disclosure, this was like the second or third time I asked this question in his chat. His mods kept on banning me. And so finally, I was like, I'm going to keep sending this message until someone, whether it's one of his mods or himself, get back to me. Now, luckily, I got lucky and Joe gave me an exact response, which appreciate that, brother. But yeah, it was a very weird response because rather than him saying that the stuff in Call of Shame's video is a lie, or rather saying that like, oh, I don't cheat, he chose to use that opportunity to make fun of Call of Shame by saying the guy doesn't show his face. He doesn't even use his real voice. Therefore, everything about him's invalid. And that's incredibly shitty. That's incredibly shitty. There's a ton of, you know, VTubers and other YouTubers like myself. Just because we don't put our face in the video doesn't magically make our video less than. Right? I don't include my face just because I don't really have a fancy camera and I really don't want to buy one yet. But even if I had a fancy camera, I still don't want to put my face in my videos. Maybe my live stream, sure, but my videos, no. But just because I don't include my face doesn't magically make everything else invalid. The other thing he pointed out is he insulted Call of Shame for not wanting to use his real voice. That is, again, super weird. There's so many ways you could have answered this question, bro. There's so many responses that would have been completely valid, but instead you chose to attack the person, calling him weird, also at some point, I think he insults me too by saying if I believe this, I'm also an idiot. He's an idiot, but if you believe it, you're an idiot. And then at the very end, he's like respectfully, which is kind of counterproductive to then insult someone and then tell them respectfully at the end. Doesn't seem very authentic, but at this point I was new, right? I didn't know who this guy was. I've watched a couple streams. I've watched some clips. I didn't know who Joe was. But apparently Joe has a thing with Call of Shame where they've been going back and forth for years. And now that I know what I know now, his response does make a little more sense by attacking him. But even then, I still don't think this was a very good response, nor was this a very good look. I don't think when someone, again, alleges something about you the normal response is, I didn't do that. And then after you defend yourself, that's normally where then you attack the person's credibility or you attack the person's image to then make their allegations seem less than, right? I'm not going to go into some lawyer talk, but that's normally how it goes. It's very weird that he just jumped straight to attack mode, almost implying he felt guilty of some kind, but who knows? I'm not going to make any judgments. Again, I'll tell you guys my opinions about everything at the very end of the video, but I watched one Call of Shame video that included him. I had some people in my comments ask me to do a deep dive on him. So I just went to his chat and he gave me a very interesting answer to a question. And so, yeah, shout out to Joe for giving me an answer. So there we go. At this point, I'm really, really new to the whole deep dive. And I was like, not my favorite response, but could have been worse. And I found these Nick Merckx clips. Now, these Nick Merck clips aren't going to really make sense now, but in about 45 minutes when this video is done, you're going to see these Nick Merckx clips, and you're going to either automatically agree with me, or you're going to, disagree. But I think these Nick Merckx clips are really relevant to the situation, and it's not even just the Joe situation. It's most of these Warzone streamers. This is not exclusive to Joe. It just so happens to apply to him. But listen to this clip I found, and Nick Merckx talking about competitiveness.
Like that. Here's the thing. When you got, listen, I'm telling you, bro. Chad, if there's anything that you should take my word on, it's competitive gaming. Because I've been in this shit since I was 15 years old. I'm 32, turning 33. Bro, I'm like a fucking T-Rex here, man. All right? Listen, if you ever think a motherfucker's cheating, that's fine. Because there probably are people cheating online. If they go to a LAN and they perform at any capacity, it really, boom. It's usually done at that point. Because if they're doing it on LAN, it's the hardest place to do it. You don't have your setup. You're out of your comfort. There's hella people, hella lights. It's cold. It's hot. It's just different, man. And it's gamers. It's not like we're talking about basketball players or some shit. We're talking about gamers. They don't ever go outside. So, like, it's a lot of pressure. You know what I mean?
So yeah, I completely agree with that clip by Nick Merckx. I completely agree. LAN, if you don't know what LAN stands for, LAN is basically directly hardwired, and everyone's playing on the same controllers, the same consoles, the same monitors. It's basically the great equalizer, right? If you try to do any online tournament, right? If you got like a shitty PC and they got a, rich, fancy PC, you're going to be at a disadvantage, right? When you do these tournaments that are hosted typically by COD, it's the great equalizer, right? Everybody is in the same spot, using the same hardware, the same everything as you, the same ping, the same everything. So you can't say like, oh, their controller's better, or they have a better FPS than me, or they have better, I'm on 25 ping, they're on 4 ping, none of that bullshit. On LAN tournaments and LAN events, men are made. There is none of this bullshit of, I'm amazing, and then I go to a tournament, and then you're going to be amazing there. The people who don't want to do LAN events and the people who struggle at LAN events are frauds. Right? I'm not going to sit here and name a billion people. But we could use Optic Scumpy, one of my favorite people of all time. Love the guy. One of my favorite COD players of COD history. Scumpy, at the age of 14, I believe he was 14, maybe he was 15, but either way, at the young age that Scumpy was doing MLG Dallas, back in like 2011, 2012, whatever it was back in those days, he was a child. He was a wee lad. And he was playing up against people much older than him, and he was whooping their ass in tournaments. Right? Flash forward a couple years, Scumpy's 18, 19 years old. He's still kicking people's ass in tournaments. Got himself some World Series wins, great accolades, yada, yada, yada. Scumpy, whether it's offline or online, he kicks ass. He's a good player. Arguably the best player of all time. Doesn't matter if he's playing in his house or in a room full of, thousands of people screaming, he performs. He shows up because he's a good player. Now, this next video I'm going to show you is in more reference to a person by the name of Nadia, who no longer exists because she was a cheating piece of shit. But everything you're about to hear Nick Merckx say about Nadia applies to Joe and Swag and everyone else. You can't be a Warzone streamer or a Warzone bedroom content creator and you look like the fucking Terminator, you're out there just mowing people down, zero recoil, dropping 30, 40, 50, 60 bomb, kills. And then you go to a LAN event and you struggle to get 3 kills. That's not how that works. Right? If you're a truly good player, you're going to show up on LAN and you're going to show up offline as well. You're going to show up, you're going to be there. But the issue is not everyone shows up. And I'm not going to, maybe I already kind of spoiled the Joe video, but there's a reason I'm showing you these clips.
Everybody's going to always perform every time they go to LAN, but you realize at that Call of Duty LAN, we played for how many hours? We played for like a whole day. It was like 8 hour. It was like an 8-hour stream. You see this girl, Nadia, performing incredibly online. And they get to LAN, and they're just fucking awful. That's a fucking problem. Hey, that's an issue. It is what it is.
So there you go. Again, this clip was in reference for Nadia, but you can just change the word Nadia to Swag, to JoeWo, to whoever you think's, who you think's cheating. Have they gone to a tournament? Have they gone to LAN? And how'd they perform? Because you can't cheat your way out of that. You can't use your Cronuses. You can't use your scripts. You can't use your Art is War, cheats. You can't cheat. Everyone uses the same equipment with the same quality, the same everything. The only thing that changes from section to section is the people sitting in the seats. So keep that in mind. I'm about to show you some really funny ass clips that they're not even just recency bias. I'm about to show you, Joe clips from like Vanguard, from fucking Modern Warfare 2019, and from, BO6. I'm about to show you clips that stretch across multiple eras, multiple time periods. And you're going to think to yourself, damn, this guy is really amazing in his bedroom, but anytime he steps out of his bedroom, he's fucking terrible. And so, I'm not going to sway you. Maybe I already have a little bit, my bad. But again, real authentic gamers can spot fraudulent ones from a mile away. It's the same way in sports. You can get a bunch of baseball players in a room and ask them, hey, figure out, can you tell which one's on steroids? They're going to tell you, yeah. You can do the same thing with football players. You can get a bunch of, the Eagles defensive players in a room and ask them which one of them are on PEDs. And they're probably, most of them are, but that's a joke for a different day. Shout out to the Eagles absolutely kicking the shit out of the Chiefs. That was a Super Bowl and a half to watch. But no, all jokes aside, whether you're an athlete, whether you're a gamer, whether you're just a normal person, you can most people can spot fakes, the frauds, the bullshit. Most people can. Now, some people can't, sadly, but most people can. And again, some things are not going to add up here in these next clips I'm going to show you. And you can let me know in the comments what you feel about. Ah, shit, I forgot. Before I hop into the clips of him at tournaments, very small side note. Did you guys know this guy was a 2-boxer? I know that's really funny, like knowing everything we know now, but this dude's also a 2-boxer. And if you don't know, 2-boxing and Warzone work the same way as it does in multiplayer. So given the information I know now, it's kind of funny how everything's gone full circle, that this dude's a 2-boxing piece of shit. So whether how you feel about the whole situation, how you feel about the guy, I do kind of find, a trend that the really garbage people who 2-box for, reverse boosted gameplays for their nuclear, oh my God, guys, I got my 1 billionth nuke. Like, all of those people tend to be cheaters. And I kind of find it funny that, like, while I was doing my research for this, for Joe, I found him 2-boxing, which has nothing to do with anything in this video. It's just funny that this clown is one of those 2-boxers. Just kind of funny.
JoeWo just revealed how to 2-box.
I was like, bro, how are people getting bot lobbies? Like, how? People were gatekeeping how to 2-box. What people do is they'll join a bot account, an absolute bot account with like a 0.1 KD. They'll join them while they're queuing, and then they'll get the bot lobby. That is then the skill-based matchmaking of the bot account. and then just shop 50 all day. Duh, like I'm gonna start doing that. What's the point in playing in demon lobbies?
This for me is the problem with Warzone now. Everyone is so desperate to find a way to get easier lobbies. And people forget the way that you improve at the game is by playing people better than you, looking at the kill cam and thinking, what did they do well and how can I integrate that into my own gameplay? Just run around in easy lobbies all day. It's gonna maybe be good for streaming and good for making clips for like TikTok or whatever. You're never gonna get better at the game. And I think your viewers are gonna realize what you're doing.
So yeah, homie just talked about how he knows how to 2-box, that people have been gatekeeping how to 2-box, which isn't new information to me, but kind of funny he's saying it. Maybe more people will believe me now that someone else is saying it. That's typically how life works. I'll say something, no one believes me. Someone else says it, and bam, it's magical, you know, truth. But yeah, just kind of find it funny this guy's a 2-boxer. Of all things considered, guy's cheating and manipulates the game in so many fun ways. You could just chunk 2-boxing onto that list, which is just, again, kind of funny. This next clip is going to be from, you guessed it, Call of Shame again. Love the guy. And it just so happens that most of the clips I ended up finding that are relevant for this video really came from like 3 or 4 YouTube channels. I don't own any of these clips. I don't take credit for any of these clips. All of them will be linked in the description. If you don't like the fact that I'm only using portions of the video and want to watch the whole video yourselves, I don't hide anything. They are all in the comments. So, not comments, excuse me, in the description. All of them will be there. So there you go.
I was recently made aware that Joe had been up to his old tricks. On the Call of Shame community forums, a user informed me that the streamer had been boosting, live on stream. When checking out the link, it seems his suspicions were confirmed. The streamer has indeed been caught boosting.
And if you want to see it yourself, there we go. 1250 JoeWo, and he's playing with a level 7 account named Blood6665801. So yeah, I find it, again, funny that, like, there's this general archetype for these people who 2-box and reverse boost. They're typical, like, egomaniacs, narcissists, people who have to always look like they're gods. They can never post normal gameplays of them being, you know, normal people because they're just above everybody else. They're just that, you know, much better. We're all just peasants living in their world. We're just plebs. And yeah, I find this shit hilarious that the dude was just... Now, I'll give him some credit, right? Unlike Seabass and you know, Paradox and everyone else, X Pro Move or whatever the fuck you say his name, at least he wasn't hiding his screen. That's one positive, I guess. But like, I wouldn't use the word open, because the first thing when I was doing research into him, 2-boxing wasn't the first or second or third thing I found. This shit was buried like deep. This was like extra. This was like a side quest, basically. My main quest had already been completed, and I just so happened to stumble upon a side quest, and I was like, hey, I want that reward. Fuck it, let's go do it. Yeah, there's the guy 2-boxing, like, right there. There's no arguing against it.
Boys, he said nothing.
So, basically, Joe is now thinking about starting coaching courses and wants to teach people how to be as good as he is. Apparently, his first course goes live soon.
Coaching courses? He is boosting live on stream and got dismantled on LAN. What possible advice could he be offering?
Maybe it's not about winning, it's about taking part that counts.
Absolute clown behavior.
Yep, that's Joe.
Almost actually broke the world record playing solos. And if you guys enjoy this type of content, please let me know down below and I'll provide some more for you. I can do coaching videos, whatever you guys want, but we dove into some solos and I want to know what you guys think.
So I find that also funny. I agree with Call of Shame here. The guy is a 2-boxer, amongst other things, and he wants to sell people coaching lessons. That is insane. Like, that's just a scammer scamming people out of money. Like, I don't really, I hope to God no one's actually bought that garbage. I'm sure someone has, but this dude who's 2-boxing, amongst cheating in other ways, is selling people how to get better guides, when in reality 99% of the people who will buy his garbage won't actually improve, because they're not 2-boxing like him. They're not cheating like him. So it doesn't matter what advice you give them. They're not going to drastically improve. Like, yeah, I'm sure I've not bought one of those bullshit, you know, packet video things. I'm not going to waste my money on it just for a video, but I'm sure he gives you general tips like, hey, don't push someone when you're low health. I'm sure he gives you stupid general tips like that. but it's not gonna, if you're like a 1.0 gamer, you're not gonna magically shoot up to like a 3.5, right? Like if you're a 2.0 Warzone player, you're not gonna magically shoot up to like a 5.0 KD. Like you're gonna probably marginally go up. Like if you're a 1.1 gamer, you'll probably jump up to like a 1.25, maybe a 1.3. I'm sure there's some tips in there that are actual like good tips, but like to imply that this shit's gonna make you drastically better is comical. Like, dude, you're 2-boxing. Like, I think your credibility automatically went to shit the moment you 2-boxed, but you're also cheating in other ways. Now, in that clip, Call of Shame throws a jab at him about being ass and LAN, and we haven't began the LAN arc yet, but just know we're about to get there, and this guy is hot doo-doo cheeks, hot booty flakes, man. He is terrible. He is awful at LAN, which is kind of weird because he's so amazing in his bedroom on his own computer with his own setup that it's kind of weird. The guy can drop 30, 40, 50 kills solo, but then you put him in a LAN event and the guy gets like 2 kills. Kind of funny how that works.
Dang, that's tough. That's tough, man. Dang. Don't touch yourself, man. Nice little 38 KD, baby. Too bad you can't shoot the same way on LAN 29th place. I did shoot the exact same way. The problem is, I'm assuming I just killed you. The problem is I'm facing people like you and not the best players on the planet.
No, Joe. No. These are not the best players on the planet. They are just streamers who entered. Their
There's
KDs
Joe.
exposed them. Where?
There.
Oh my god.
So if you don't know what this is, essentially there was a app, website, I forget what it was. It was a third-party thing where you could check someone's Warzone stats after they played. And Call of Shame went into the match he's referring to, that chatter in Joe's lobby, who was like, funny how you're magically amazing here, but absolutely are awful at LAN. And the guy's smart ass remark was, oh, I'm not bad at LAN. I'm just going against, my aim isn't bad. I'm just going against really good players. But again, there's this like third-party website that allows you, I think it's like Warzone Tracker or whatever the, I don't know. I don't play Warzone, nor do I use it. So I know I bring it up later into the video because someone else, does a deep dive on it. But essentially there's a way of tracking your stuff, and Call of Shame went and did everyone's KD in that lobby. And as you can see at the beginning of the clip, there was people with like 1 point something KDs. And then it just keeps scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And as you can see, JoeWo had a 0.61 KD. The average KD is 1. So the fact this guy is almost at half of what an average KD is insane. So the fact that he's implying, I was playing Giga Sweats. No, the fuck you weren't, bro. You were playing random Joes and Schmoes, pun intended. You were playing random people, other streamers and content creators like yourself, and I'm sure random people who were invited to the event. You weren't playing fucking Optic Scumpy. You weren't playing Shotzi. You weren't playing Formal. You weren't playing, like, Pred. Like, I can keep naming people. You weren't playing good people. You were playing average people. And you shit the bed. But again, you're going to notice a trend here with a lot of what I'm about to show you. The guy is a god in his bedroom, but you take him on any LAN event, and he shrivels up. Crazy how that works. So I'm gonna mute the audio for this because you don't really need to hear me and Call of Shame say the same thing. But this is BO6 beta footage. Now, you'll see in this footage, in this beta footage, this dude is getting swamped. And as you can tell from the background in the, the camera, he's playing, you guessed it, at LAN. And this dude is getting his back blown out. This dude is getting, Mortal Kombat X-Rayed back from like 2009. This dude is getting finished over and over again. And he's also using the Jackal, which if you don't know BO6 like meta, the Jackal was the best SMG in the beta, and it's still the best SMG in the game. So he's playing this game early using the second best weapon, if not the best weapon in the game. And as you'll see, if you watch, I'll have it in the description. But the dude's bitching and complaining about him using a sub on this map that's supposed to be, as he gets shit on again, that they're good with ARs, and he sucks. Another really funny thing is you'll see here, different map, Dude barely hits those shots. He can't kill a guy AFK and spawn and then get shit on. Like, half the people in that clip weren't even, he gets shit on there. Half the people in his first clip weren't even shooting back. And if you're curious, the people he's playing in this game are devs. These aren't even like, again, these aren't like pro players. These are streamers and devs. This guy is playing at an event early against streamers and devs, and he's getting dumpstered as you get dumpstered again. But literally all that changed is that he's playing in an environment where he can't use his setup. Like, he's getting absolutely worked. Absolutely just destroyed. Now you might be saying, ah, what's the beta, Beastly? Why aren't the other people on the other team struggling as much as he is? Why is he struggling so much? Why aren't they struggling? And then this is the portion where you guess that he's at home, and look at this. He's just shredding people. He's missing no shots, dude. Look at this, dude. Yeah. The difference between these two clips was like 24 hours. It's the same game. The only difference is now he's playing at home. Zero recoil. Just look at him. He just knows where everybody's at. The guy's fucking Rambo. Look at, like, just the only thing that changed, he's using the same gun, is where he's playing. What's magically on his computer that's making him fucking Rambo? What is this? You couldn't get a kill to save your life against devs and random streamers. And then you go online, totally not reverse boosting, by the way, but you go online at home and you're just fucking frying people. Like, it's just a night and day difference. And I'm going to replay it just so you can see it again. Literally the only thing that changed was where he was playing. It wasn't the competition. I mean, yeah, the competition was probably easier because he probably two-boxed for the one at home. But regardless, it's not like these people were insane either. Like, again, it's not like how do you fuck this up, bro? Like, how much awareness? Like, he has a headset. You can see it right there. Like, I'm gonna put this in fucking 1440. And I'm going to put this in fucking super slow-mo. How do you not, I think he calls himself the movement king or some bullshit. How do you not see the person with the red name to your right? Twice. And then he shoots at him. And then he's gone. He doesn't exist. And then dies. It's like, gee, I wonder where this person came from. I wonder if it was the person you and your teammate was shooting at 5 seconds ago in the corner. Movement king? Did you not shoot the guy because your cheats weren't, active, so you just thought he was dead? Like, I'm mocking the guy now, but, like, literally, the difference between these two clips, it's the same game with the same gun, damn near the same class, and he can't fucking shoot people. He can't see people. He's struggling. And then he goes home, and look at this. He's the fucking Terminator. Like, his gun has super sticky aim assist, which that's not natural, by the way. I'm calling him a cheater. He's getting extra rotational aim assist. He's cheating. And just look at this. He's not even looking at the fucking screen. Like, he's half the time looking off of his screen. Like, this is a joke. This is hilarious. This is a joke. This is night and day difference. And all that changed was where he was playing the game. And if you're curious how I know he's cheating and why, I know this for a fact, I wasn't really originally going to include this in the video. I was going to just chop this part out. But since I didn't really have Call of Shame talk a lot in his own video, or in this clip I'm using of him, I'm going to actually let that talk. But essentially, these four nitwits, these four compulsive liars, are on like a podcast type thing. And listen to what the fuck this dude's talking about.
either through its DS4 or something, that if you use the program, that you can change your controller dead zone on this app or something.
Yep.
And through the app, it will actually like basically give you more aim assist. Through
Yeah, because
this,
it
like,
thinks
app.
that you have like a rotational all the time.
Exactly. So apparently a lot of the people that are getting shadow banned, it's not like they're doing that for sure, but a lot of people know about it and like kept it like super hush hush, and that could have been part of the reason why people get shadow banned all the time. And then also, if they change accounts, it's still on their PC with their...
Look at their faces.
But yeah, what he's doing is earlier, remember when he was talking about two boxing and how like him and other people gatekept two boxing, which was something I've been telling people, but like he said it himself. Now he's saying something else. There's this setting, there's this app you can do that configures your joysticks, and it gives you super dead zones. Super dead zones, aka super aim assist. And this program that people were doing was causing them to get auto banned. That's why when they would jump from account to account to account, they were still getting banned. Why would he have a PhD and know how to explain that? Why would he know how that works? Have the knowledge to then explain it to other people with that much detail? It's almost like when O.J. Simpson wrote a book about how, you know, he killed somebody. It's crazy how O.J. Simpson had like that inside knowledge. Almost like he murdered someone. Crazy. It's almost like these people who cheat, who know how to cheat, will openly talk about how to cheat, but then they don't do it. Crazy how that works. In this next clip, you guessed it, Call of Shame again. Shout out to my boy Call of Shame. Appreciate all these clips he found for me. Nah, but for real, if you guys want to watch these full videos in their entirety, please go watch them. They're amazing content. This next video is going to be another LAN event, another thing in which this time it wasn't just streamers and YouTubers and randoms that were invited. These were pro players were invited, and this shit was comical.
Warzone streamers have been totally humiliated by Call of Duty professionals during COD Next. Shotzi, a CDL pro for Optic Gaming, had this to say about the cheating streamers on LAN.
Yo, these Warzone guys are dog shit.
They were carving through these Warzone streamers like they were carving a cake. These Warzone lockdown streamers were just food for the CDL players. They are horrendous outside their bedrooms. JoeWo, the self-proclaimed movement king, was ripped to shreds. I want to show you the difference between Warzone streamers and CDL players. Here's JoeWo for example, trying to get a clip killing developers.
Oh my gosh, bro. Clip that.
When Shotzi realized they were just developers, he backed out as it was too easy.
Yo, these guys, who am I playing against? Oh, these guys are horrendous. Oh. Damn, hey, are these AIs? Wait, oh, these are actually... Wait, these are AI. Yeah, let me look at this game. Oh, those are devs. I think those are devs, dude.
While the CDL players were backing out, trying to find games that gave them a bit of a challenge, the Warzone streamers were posting world records while killing developers and journalists. It's just embarrassing. The CDL players started to mock the cheating streamers on social media. With 4 back-to-back wins, the community were laughing at the lockdown Warzone streamers, and rightfully so. They were completely exposed. I was told that even the developers were laughing how bad the Warzone streamers played. Also invited to the COD Next event were some CDL professional players. And they wasted no time in ripping apart the Warzone streamers. The Warzone streamers, Teeth, Iceman Isaac and JoeWo, were playing like COD Next bots. It was embarrassing.
So if you're keeping track, this is like the 3rd or 4th event I've shown you in which JoeWo has been invited and he just gets bullied. Like, how does someone perform as well as they do at home, and then when they go to these tournaments, absolutely shits the bed? Like, it's one thing if you had one bad event, I'll give it to you. Maybe you were just really nervous, whatever, you were sick, COVID, whatever. But then to go to like events 2 and 3 and 4, and spoiler alert, there's like 7 or 8 events I have in this video. It's like, dude, stop sucking. You're supposed to be good. You stream this game 8 hours a day. You have a massive audience of thousands and thousands of people. Stop sucking, please. Like, just insane how this is working. And you're going to see some real, like, grade A harassment you're about to see momentarily. And the only thing I can compare what you guys are about to witness that gets done to JoeWo is to what the Eagles did to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, because Jesus Christ, this was a beatdown.
Oh, up top. Okay, 1-1-1-1. I'm maybe these guys back. Maybe that.
Is he crouch walking? Because that is embarrassing. Let me just... Is that the movement king, JoeWo?
You better believe it.
So, let me jump to his defense here. You see what happened was, so basically, okay, he was bad.
It was getting bad to worse for the streamers, as they were being tormented game after game, as the CDL players were playing with the Warzone streamers like children playing with their toys. After taking out Iceman Isaac with ease, they even plotted to hunt down the Movement King to execute him for the game-winning kill. At this point, they were just humiliating the Warzone streamers.
Wait, let me assassinate him. I can make a TikTok on this. Movement King versus Movement King.
Game over.
Oh my God,
you got him! Something behind.
No. Dude, that lobby got cooked, bro.
Do you know how disrespectful that is? Like, if you're not a big COD guy, you don't really know what that was. They just said, don't shoot him. I'm going to execute him as the final kill. And then they proceeded to chase him down and execute him in front of developers, in front of other people watching this. Like, embarrassing. That's embarrassing. And it's not like he couldn't shoot back, right? This is fucking Warzone. This isn't one in the chamber multiplayer. He had bullets. He just gave up because he knew he was going to lose. That's insane. Like, don't get me wrong. I love my CDL players, and CDL players, the worst CDL players are better than the best Warzone players. It's as simple as that. The best Warzone players, honestly, if you're a longtime viewer of my channel, you know this, right? There was a clip I have of like Aiden, or whatever the fuck that white guy's name is that said he was quitting Warzone and then came back like 7 days later. Magical how that works. That dude got dunked on by the retired Optic team. Like, all of these Warzone streamers and content creators get flown out to these events for clout and other purposes, and they get absolutely shit on. Like, dude, you call yourself the Movement King. I guess I should call you the Bowel Movement King, because you love to get shit on. Which, I mean, I'm not gonna kink shame, homie. You do you, but at least, like, get a paycheck. Like, normally people don't get shit on for free. Like, that's... JoeWo, that's diabolical, man. You're getting out here fucking embarrassed like this is like the fucking 5th or 6th grade, and these are some fucking seniors just harassing you on the playground. Like, dog, they just fucking hit the default Fortnite emote on your corpse in front of people. How are you gonna take that shit, man?
Back to back.
Got it.
The CDL players won game after game after game.
Yo, another double?
3P.
Yo,
It's not even
Even taking out Breadman and Lula, camping on the roof.
Ice, baby, ice.
Come on now. Come on now. 4 in a fucking row.
Oh. Fucking ice, baby, ice.
Let's go, baby.
Yo, we can't lose, bro.
Raven Software even came over to congratulate the professional gamers, as they ran JoeWo getting executed on the big screen on repeat. COD Next was an...
Bro, they fucking executed him, and they put it on the Jumbotron. Dude, what does JoeWo and Drake have in common? They both were executed, and then it was replayed on the fucking Jumbotron after it happened. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Hashtag not like us. Oh my God. Dude, they shit on him so bad, they put that shit on replay on the Jumbotron. Even people who weren't even in their game that were just walking around the joint. Like reporters and like news media and like, you know, those sort of shit. They just look over their shoulder to a fucking Jumbotron and be like, damn, that dude just got fucking executed in a tournament. Damn. Embarrassing. Dude, they treated him like Drake. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Absolute embarrassment for the Warzone streamers.
Absolutely love it.
So for context, this next video you're about to see was by a man by the name of Bad Boy Beeman, which apparently he also has beef with JoeWo, aside from Call of Shame, which is kind of funny. This was a compilation, as you can see, at LAN again. Now, the people he's playing is ranked Warzone players, so these aren't people. He's using a LAN setup, but he's not playing people at LAN, if that makes sense. I'm not going to show you the full 15-minute video. I'm just going to show you snapshot and pictures. But essentially, as you can see from the screen, this is a Modern Warfare 2? I think it was a Modern Warfare 2. So it's over a year ago, so maybe Modern Warfare 3. I don't know. I don't play Warzone like that, but whatever game this was, the Warzone was attached to it. It wasn't BO6, so this predates BO6. And yeah, there you go. There's the title. Let's go to the first screenshot, shall we? First game on, homie went 5-6. Homie went 5-6. That's again, I mentioned this like 2 or 3 times throughout the video. This guy is fucking terrible when he's not at home. This guy is amazing in his bedroom. Whatever, first game of the night, 5-6, whatever. Who cares? Just, who cares that he went negative? It's fine, it's fine. It's only the first game, right? Right? Game 2. Homie went 3-2. And again, if you want to see the gameplay, you can. I'm not going to go through it. It'll add 15 minutes to the video. In the description, yada, yada, yada. Dude barely went positive to her first game and went barely positive the second game. This is the movement king. This is the guy that plays Warzone 8 to 10 hours a day, 7 days a week, you know, top 250 rank, whatever. Dude struggling to go positive. Game 3 did pretty good. He didn't barely go positive, but the guy dropped 5 kills. He went 5-2. And again, this wasn't against LAN players. As you saw at the beginning of the video, this was just regular Warzone ranked. This guy is getting 5 kills in a regular Warzone ranked match. I don't care what rank you are. 5 kills is not that hard of a bar to set. I could probably get 5 kills. And I don't play Warzone. Like, this guy is getting low single digits in ranked Warzone on a LAN setup. And he's supposed to be some crazy player. I don't see someone who gets 5 kills in Warzone and thinks they're amazing. That's just me, though. What do I know? I'm just a nobody. Now, 4th time's the charm, I guess you could say. This time, the guy did a lot better. 19-3. A lot better. Much better. But first 3 games, he literally struggled to exist. And then finally, as a pop-off game, he finally had 1 good game. And then in the 5th and final match that was in the video, where is it? He shows the scoreboard. He got like 28 kills or something like that.
Yeah, we're grooving. Yeah, we're grooving. We're grooving.
There you go. So the 4th game, he got 19 kills. In the 5th game, he got 28 kills. And the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd game, the guy barely struggled to get a kill. Like, if you do the math and, like, average it out, all 5 games, his KD is not that high. Like, it's positive, but, like, I don't think the guy who's calling himself the greatest player ever should be out here, you know, struggling to get 3, 4, or 5 kills a game. Again, these last 2 games really saved him. But if you do the KD, I think he's like a 1.1 or like a 1.2 KD through his first 3 games. So, kind of funny how that works. So, next gameplay I'm going to use, next clip, next thing, is by a wonderful content creator by the name of, was it Tino RW? Probably butchering his name. Do apologize, bro. If you ever watched the video, do apologize. But this video is kind of funny because it's another LAN event, as you can see, another event. And in this event, spoiler alert, he does terrible. Just spoilers. And in his video, he records that day. Again, this was like the app or whatever. I don't really know. I don't do Warzone, but there's a way of tracking someone's KD. And as you can see, there's a lobby KD and then there's your KD. This dude's in a lobby KD of like a barely above a 1 or barely below a 1. And if you look at his KD, right, the guy does average, and then I guess 17 kills is not bad for a Warzone match, I guess. But the really funny part about this is you can see the big giant red arrows is in the video that Tino covers, JoeWo hops onto his video and he's like, first game on. And as you can see by, well, all the games in his history, this was in fact not his first game. So of all of the funny things, like the 2-boxing, the him being terrible at LAN, the all sorts of funny things you can talk about, the fact that he had to lie in his gameplay, which is like big shocker, I know. But the fact homie had to lie about him having his first game on when he's played like what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other games. Like, dude, you don't have to lie. Like, be honest. Like, you don't have to be like, first game on when I secretly did five scrims. It's like, dude, we get it. Like that shit made me laugh. And so I just want to put it in the video. Dude couldn't even be honest about his first game on. That's kind of funny.
Wagwan, where's your awareness, my guy? Where's the awareness at? When you play in a LAN, you're looking average. You got a legit monitor cam on, you're looking average. Turn that shit off, you a god. King movement king, whatever the hell you want to call yourself, bro.
Player in this tournament.
I mean,
the most consistent,
I mean, his back's gotta be
all-around player.
I'm saying carried us to the dub last game. Just got the ice, so pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much expected, huh, Joe?
Wow, JoeWo down 2. JoeWo down 2.
Tim was lying.
Tim staying alive. Great move.
Out of all the clips from JoeWo and Tim, this is the best play right here. By Tim.
What a play.
It looks, he has 10 times better movement than JoeWo right here and everything. This is the best play.
Hey, yo, once you got Tim carrying you, bro, Tim, the guy that said he's not here to get the kills. He's a content creator. But you, Joe, you're the guy who said, I'm a pro player. I play 8 to 12 hours a day. Getting carried from Tim? Nobody said it for you. You said it yourself. Tim is carrying you. Tim's having better plays than you in this tournament. But you're the guy playing 8 to 12 hours a day. Pro movement, really. And check out Vortex 1M. That's where I got this clip from.
So yeah, in the clip that you just saw a very snippet of, and we're not going to go too deep into it in this video because we're going to see this clip in more detail in a moment. But essentially, I agree with everything he just said. When the cameras are rolling and you're in your bedroom, you're amazing. When you're at a tournament, when you're at LAN, whether it's Black Ops 6, whether it's Vanguard, or I think this is Vanguard. I don't know. Someone can let me know what game. Maybe this is... No, this can't be World War II. That has to be Vanguard. It doesn't matter. This is across multiple games, multiple eras, multiple different groups, multiple different events. Dude shit the bed. Now, you heard in this clip, it was... We're not going to go into it now. It's going to be in a moment. But essentially, it was JoeWo and Tim going up against 2 other streamers and you know, content creators. And Tim omega deadlifts JoeWo. Like, this dude, I think, won him like 2 or 3 rounds. Like, it was like the best of 5 or whatever. Like, Tim was just fucking backpacking this dude. Like, just straight deadlifting his pencil ass across the sideline. It was just... And again, no disrespect to Tim. I love Timmy. I love watching him play Marvel Rivals. I love Tim. But Tim is not a pro player. Tim's brand isn't I'm the best player in the world. Tim cares about his content and he cares about making people happy and entertaining people. Entertainment for Tim is primary. Being good at the game is secondary. JoeWo is the exact opposite. This dude's entire brand is I'm amazing. He gave himself his own corny ass nickname, the Movement King. Like, this dude's entire image is I'm amazing, but yet under any circumstance that's not in his bedroom, he's terrible. And I would be willing to bet if I interviewed his old lady, maybe he's even bad in the bedroom, but that's just an allegation. But so some friendly banter. But either way, Vortex, the gentleman you was just referenced in the previous video, here's more of that. Vortex goes much deeper than me. If you want to watch the video in their entirety and not the clips, go check out the actual people. Drop these videos a like, drop these people a sub. I greatly appreciate that. I'm just talking about the stuff they found, and I'm just piecing everyone's stuff together. So huge shout out to these people. I don't own any of these clips, any of that, fun stuff. I'm just simply a guy pointing things out and yapping over the internet. But yeah, here's the close up, by the way, if you were curious what I'm talking about. It was J God and this person, Young Ape, or whatever, how you say his name. These two were on a team, and these two were on a team. TimTheTatman and JoeWo. How it was working is you would basically add up your team's kills, and then when they would load up squads, and then whoever had the most for their duo would win. So like example, JoeWo and TimTheTatman, their team combined for 6 kills, so they got 6 points. J God and this other person combined for 3 kills, they got 3 points. And they went like 3, 4, 5, whatever rounds. They went a X amount of rounds. And as you can see from this pause, and my boy looking like he's absolutely dead on the inside, dude getting hard backpacked by Timmy. And not just is he getting hard backpacked by Timmy, even when Tim's dead, this dude is like coaching him like this is some CDL tournament through the headset. This shit's legendary.
That's it. Wow. That is the win. JoeWo and Tim. Right here, Tim had to tell JoeWo to stay put because they were ahead.
Come on.
Tim was coaching JoeWo right here.
Wow.
He's like, what the fuck, man? You could look at his eyes, be like, holy shit, bro, this dude's a joke.
Wow.
Look at him.
Boy.
He wants another beer so bad, there's probably Jack in that fucking cup, bro.
It was a pretty crap game, but walk us through it.
I mean, these lobbies are these dudes.
What, JoeWo?
I'm playing against. I don't know where my bot lobbies are at right now, but we.
Oh, Timmy! Timmy, no, Tim! My brother in Christ, you gotta resist the urge on shitting on this man. I know he was complete dead weight, and I know you just backpacked him to a free win. But Timmy, no! Timmy, why? He's already dead, bro. JoeWo is just the Drake of fucking COD streaming. Oh my god, this guy is getting clowned by every single person under the sun. Timmy, no! If you didn't hear what Tim said before I unpaused the video, I'm gonna rewind it so you could hear it again. But this man just said, where's my bot lobbies at, bro? I watched your streams, JoeWo. Where's the bot lobbies at, man? You out here dropping 50, 60 kills, 40 kills, and over here you struggling to get 2 fucking kills, man. What the fuck's going on? Where's my bot lobby? Where's my movement king? Where is my self-proclaimed COD god? Because the only thing I see is TimTheTatman hard backpacking. And for context for this, Tim just got brand new finger tats. And if depending on what tattoos, if you have or haven't gotten them in your life, I haven't got tattoos, but I know a lot of people who do. Fresh tattoos hurt like a son of a bitch, depending on where they are. And I would assume since he just got them done on his fingers and he's playing a tournament where he's holding a controller, I'm sure his fingers probably don't feel the best. I mean, you could even see it if you go back and watch the footage. That shit's fresh. Like you could see how fresh the tattoo is. So this man has fucked up fingers, drinking beer, taking shots of Jack, and JoeWo's over here looking like a fucking middle schooler who's just lost on a field trip. Look at him. Look at the big old eyes, man. Man's lost in the sauce. And Tim's just over here just having a fucking time of his life, man. Dude's drinking beers, taking shots. Oh my god, got hand tattoos and is still backpacking people. Tim's the GOAT, man. I love Timmy. I fucking love Timmy.
Look at him.
Boy.
He wants another beer so bad, there's probably Jack in that fucking cup, bro.
It was a pretty crap game, but walk us through it.
I mean, these lobbies are these dudes.
What, JoeWo?
I'm playing against. I don't know where my bot lobbies are at right now, but we.
Say it again, Joe.
These lobbies are these dudes are unbelievable. We're playing against. I don't know where my bot lobbies are at right now, but we need. That was a. I mean, that was just a really.
Lord,
good lobby.
Lord.
Everyone was playing together.
Can't make this shit up, bro.
when you get on the back foot in a lobby like that, it's almost impossible to regain. So thankfully, I got those 3 at the very beginning after he went to the gulag and made something happen there. But
thankfully,
that wipe you out with the Wogan in the beginning won you this game. I think we did. I won you this game. So congratulations.
Yes, almost
Joe,
everything Tim did won them the
he
tournament.
made,
he was the best player in this tournament.
I mean,
the
that's
most
honestly expected.
consistent.
His back's got to be
all-around player.
You know what I'm saying? Carried us to the dub last game. Just got the ice, so it's pretty much expected.
Yeah, pretty much expected, huh, Joe?
Great game.
So yeah, there's not much more JoeWo can say after being dragged through a tournament that luckily Timmy won him. And then to then have Tim call him out about, dude, I wish I had bot lobbies like you. Man. Oh, you want to talk about embarrassing. I would feel embarrassed if I were there, let alone if I was JoeWo in that situation. I'd be fucking embarrassed. Here's another clip, by the way. I think this might be the same tournament, the same thing, but here's a different clip in the same video. This shit's so funny. Watch this clip.
Is not confident at all. And Tim is calling the shots here.
Advise does not have plates. Short 5.
Tim's like, fuck it, I'm landing. I'm coming down.
Advise does not have plates. Short 500 cash to get back. Rob. Joe got him.
Now, this is the best play I've seen of JoeWo the whole time, and they're bots.
Finessed on him. Guy didn't look like he had plates though.
And I want you to look at this compared to my clip that I posted of Joe. And if you haven't seen it, go look at 100% JoeWo cheating. Let's see the different JoeWo right here. And look, you take one bot lobby away, and TimTheTatman probably outdoes him in KD. One bot lobby.
So there you go. Like it's like he said, you take away one bot lobby that JoeWo got. As you can see, JoeWo 5 games, Tim 4, right? Joe got an extra game for extra stats. But dude, like look at these numbers, bro. Like, you want to talk about embarrassing? Getting backpacked by Timmy is pretty funny. Having Tim then insult you that, like, yo, where's the bot lobbies at, bro? That's even worse of a look. But then to have, like, the data right here, like, your KD's barely higher than his, and you have an extra game. Like, that is wild.
The only person in this land that outperformed themselves while drinking and with tattoos all over his fingers, fresh ones, was TimTheTatman. You can't laugh at him no more. If anyone proved himself here, it was him. Out of everybody. Because that's what's supposed to happen when you go to a LAN. You're supposed to outperform. It's more important. D. Completely different player, bro. Yeah, whatever. You fucking liar. You fucking phony.
So yeah, he calls him a liar and a phony, and that's pretty much the only words you could really use to describe JoeWo. Is this guy, to say he's a liar would be an understatement. Like, he fools people who watch him, and he's constantly bullshitting people, and that shit only gets you going so far. It really does. At some point, you know, you're gonna lie, you're gonna get caught up in your own web of bullshit. You're gonna get caught eventually. It's just how life works. Just insane. But you heard it in his video. There's the video we're gonna end off on. I watched this video, and oh my god, this video looks horrible. Now I'm gonna mute it because I'm gonna talk over his clip. We're gonna watch this in semi slow-mo. We go any higher than 1080? No, 1080 is like a cap. We're gonna go semi slow-mo. So this is, I think, Vanguard again. So was that Warzone 2? Whatever. I'm gonna show you this clip. This clip is, again, as you can see, background. He's in his room. Go figure. This clip is insane. And it's only after you watch this clip in slow-mo again, because you're not going to watch, I guarantee you're not going to catch everything the first time in this clip. But when you watch this clip again in slow-mo, this shit's insane. So here's the clip. Now, I'm not going to point out what I see. I'm just going to, you know, talk while you guys can see this clip. But this clip is insane. Now, keep in mind, this is 0.75 speed. This isn't even like super slow-mo. This is just slightly slower than average. I think that's atomic on his weapon. So yeah, I think this is Vanguard, whatever Warzone 2, whatever it was called. Doinks him right in the crotch with a throwing knife. Look at this. Just if that didn't give it away, I don't know what does. This is just insane. This is fruity. And then after the like 7th or 8th person, he finally dies and he looks at the camera and he's like, guys, I just fried 2 whole squads. How did I lose? And that was again at like semi-slow speed. I'm about to do it at normal speed. This clip is insane. Like, this clip is diabolical. So for the people who somehow think he's legit, this clip 100% shows you he's cheating. For starters, the very first interaction. From the very first interaction, he slides out the room. You can't see shit. You can't see shit. How many people are in front of your screen? All you can see is the rough lower half of a person with a bunch of red smoke. You can't really see shit. What if I told you there's 3 to 4 people he's shooting at right now and only knocks one of them? Right? Spraying. He knocks that person that he was shooting at, and now he's spraying at the people behind him. Obviously, you can see from the points, he only got 1 knock. But he just shot the piss out of like 3 or 4 people and knocked one of them. So he's replaying, he's listening, waiting to see where they're going to push him from. And then this part is like super comical. So this is the person he downed earlier by the smoke. He crawled over here. This room is where 2 other people are. And JoeWo doesn't know this yet, or he shouldn't know this, but there's also a person right here at this window. So he goes to finish this person on the ground. The guy at the window ever so slightly peeks his noggin over the window. So then JoeWo then aims at him. The guy then plays peekaboo, goes back down, goes back to the crawled guy, and then there's Eve throwing knives to finish him. And then there's another person. There's like, I think total like 7 or 8 people in this clip. There's an ungodly amount of people in this clip. And Rambo over here with 0, complete confidence, 0, just no, all gas, no brakes. Stabs the guy on the ground. This guy goes down. He sees him go down. He pushes this guy's down. So he knows there's at least 1 or 2 people in this room. As you can see from the minimap having a seizure, there's quite a few people in this room. He starts to engage and he backs out, which is smart. Then this person came from over here. I believe these 2 might have both came from over here. I don't think they were in the room. But either way, they're both in the hallway. And watch his, like, I'm going to rewind this. But, like, look at the super sticky rotational aim assist that he was talking about earlier in that other Call of Shame video, where you can redo your joysticks, your dead zones with that one app and give yourself super, like, ultra crazy aim assist. Dude locks onto him, then locks onto him perfectly. And then right here, you guys did see why he cocked that throwing knife, right? Like, there's a reason why he cocked this throwing knife after he just downed 2 people in front of this door. Look at his minimap. He knows there's 2 other people on the other side of this wall. And he cocks the throwing knife, and then he realizes, I can't throwing knife through a wall. So then he peeks the corner to then throw the knife, perfectly hits him in the chest, which, by the way, he doesn't miss a single throwing knife in this entire clip. And in this entire clip, he hits like chest/headshots for every knife. Now, I didn't play Warzone back in these time periods, but someone told me that you do not get aim assist, or you are not supposed to get aim assist on throwing knives. So when you see all of these throwing knives just like stick to people, whether it's through a wall or what have you, that's not how that's supposed to work. Sees this guy, watch this knife, pulls the knife out straight to his head, and then while he's jumping, mid-jump shot, unicorns this other person right here. Watch, he slides in, doink, right to the head. And then he finally dies. He finally dies after getting pushed by like 8 people. And he just looks at the camera all confused. Like, that is insane. Like, this clip. Watch this clip. Yeah, 0 rotational aim assist. Yeah, it's when you watch this clip, it's so bad. And keep in mind, this is the same person. Shout out Vortex for the clip, by the way. I appreciate it, Vortex. And everyone else's clips who I've reacted to and spoke about. Shout out to you guys. I appreciate you guys. But yeah, like, that's the same person who goes to LAN event after LAN event after LAN event, who shits the bed, no matter if it's BO6, if it's Vanguard, if it's Modern Warfare 2, he just sucks. But when he's playing in his bedroom, he's the greatest player ever. He gets super Omega aim assist. He just knows where people are through walls. And then when he goes to LAN, he shits the bed. Funny how that works.
Everybody's going to always perform every time they go to LAN, but you realize at that Call of Duty LAN, we played for how many hours? We played for like a whole day. It was like 8 hour. It was like an 8 hour stream. You see this girl, Nadia, performing incredibly online, and they get to LAN, and they're just fucking awful. That's a fucking problem. Hey, that's an issue. It is what it is.
Regardless of how you feel about Nick Merckx and his, political beliefs, and none of that shit has any relevance for the video. He's spitting facts. If you're one of these JoeWo, Nadia's types people who pop the fuck off in your bedroom, but for the life of you can't do well at LAN, you're not like us. Like, it's as simple as that. Now, hopefully JoeWo doesn't go full Drake arc and end up fucking with a minor, but, everything else is pretty much one-to-one comparison, dude. Dude got absolutely exposed by a shitload of people. I was just the last one on the bandwagon. I didn't know who this guy was until about 12 days ago, so go figure. But yeah, this shit was hilarious. The video is pretty much over. I'm gonna go ahead and say my opinions. Yeah, this guy's a cheater. I don't know how much I have to have really implied that throughout the video. I'm pretty sure most of you guys at this point know he was a cheater, but just the general rule of thumb, if you want to know if someone's a cheater or if they're cheating, go see if at any point in the last like 10 years they've played at any Call of Duty hosted LAN event, and just go see how they played. Like, obviously, if it's your first ever LAN event, you're going to get some nerves and you get some, or leeway, but he has no excuse. The event after event after event, game after game after game. This dude couldn't win for losing. Like, this dude was butt cheeks. So yeah, do appreciate every single one of you guys who have watched this full video. Please slap a like, comment, and share this video. This is my first video that's not really, I know he does YouTube videos, but it's not really, he's not really a YouTuber, he's a streamer. So let me know other streamers, other people you like to watch. A huge shout out to all you guys who stuck around through this like 5-hour-long video. I do appreciate you. I am streaming every day around 6:30 CST. And yeah, I'd love to see you in my streams. We're doing some 7 Days to Die, but I am right now streaming a lot of stuff. So hop in chat, give me your recommendations, and we might play it. I do appreciate each and every single one of you guys. As always, I hope you have a wonderful morning, evening, night, afternoon, day, wherever time you watch my content in the future. Like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. Drop me a follow, sub on Twitch. I greatly appreciate it. And yeah, guys, I'll see you when I see you. Deuces.